Hi, everyone. We missed you last week. That was on us, but we're
My
back.
apologies.
We are here and we're going to apologize in advance for taking a little break next week, too. Both headed out of town,
Yeah, tell me where you're off to, Lauren.
off to Big Sky, which will be fun for a little skiing. The snow has picked up there. I'm very jealous of Zermatt, though, one of my favorite places.
It's
You're going to have the best time.
I'm super excited, but I think we were just talking about the skiing and everything. It's not my favorite activity and you risk getting hurt, but you have an excuse to not ski. You have a child. I don't have an excuse. I'll just be at the bar. So
Opera is the best place to be, in front of the fire. It's gonna be so fun. A lot to catch up on from last week and from this week. So we are glad that you all are back.
welcome back.
Welcome back. Big last week for Sabalenka. First of all, her puppy, Ash, adorable.
Oh my God, that thing was so cute. Sorry, thing. It literally was like the most adorable puppy I've ever seen.
Absolutely adorable. A little King Charles Spaniel, which I think are cute puppies. I'm not a big dog person, but I feel like they're a good size.
Adam just brought me a Coors Light with mountains. Sorry, continue.
Oh, we're back to the mountains. Okay, well, while we're on beverages, I am drinking a Saratoga sparkling water, which is one of my favorite sparkling waters. Have you had it?
I have not, but is it the green bottle or wait, what is it?
No, it's the blue bottle. It's just a blue with the Saratoga S, and it's actually from Saratoga, New York, which is one of my favorite places. And so I knew it from New York for forever.
Is it glass? Is
It
it?
is glass. They do sell them in plastic now, but anyways, they've like everything else, just like Topo Chico, started off as such a small little thing. Now it was bought, and now it's literally everywhere and trying to make its run like Topo Chico, which I appreciate because I can find it here now. But I kind of liked it when it was just a New York thing.
When it was
When it
obsolete?
was cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. I mean, like
If
Bemelmans
you
and
know, you know.
Carlisle had it in there. Exactly. Yeah, Saratoga is just such a cool town. We'd go up for the horse races and a lot of history there. Very important Battle of Saratoga. Do you remember that from your history class?
Nope.
Yeah, well, important piece of the American Revolution. But so that's my plug for Saratoga water. I'm glad you have your Coors Light.
Well,
Um,
I don't know where this originated from, but anyway, yeah, sorry.
from Adam delivering you a drink.
There we go.
Cheers.
Thanks, babe. Well, cheers to that anyway. So the
And
puppy.
one other thing that I had today, by the way, Mother, for anyone that's in Austin, it's called Mother Culture Greek yogurt. It is phenomenal. The best Greek yogurt I've ever had. Um,
The name
so if
doesn't sound very inviting. Mother
it comes in all these different flavors and regular, and it's honestly like eating a dessert. So I went into Merritt today to get a coffee. I was downtown for work, and um, they had it in there, and it's kind of hard to find. You have to go to either like a farmer's market, which I'm not a big farmer's market person, but they always have a little
price
thing at
strawberries.
yeah, exactly at Euler, and they have a little stand in. A friend once she was like, "You've got to come try this." We literally went there to get this yogurt like a few weekends in a row because it's that good. But anyways, that's our food and beverage for the day.
Okay, a little F and
Till
B.
later.
There we go.
Yeah. Yes. But this little puppy, King Charles Spaniel, adorable, out there on the court with her. And then she shows up engaged.
I know. I haven't even showed Adam her ring, but it looks a little large.
Is stunning. That seemed like a total surprise proposal from her fiancé. I mean, you could even tell by the way she was dressed. She was like even my mom
Sandals.
commented on my yeah, hair and was like, "What's up with your hair?" And she was like in jeans and a sandal. But I kind of liked that it was so casual, and obviously he had an amazing setting set up with flowers and
I wonder what he said to her to get her over there because it looked like some elaborate setup, and was
totally.
she
And like at
walking
the
up and
moment that
like,
she
"Oh,
saw
shit,
that,
yeah,
she must have been like, "Okay, it's happening." I
I
mean, what else would
underprepared
you
for this."
exactly, but it was in, Palm Springs, obviously ramping up for, Indian Wells, but so cool, and then, yeah, I was shocked to see her playing in it and on her right hand. I thought maybe she would just wear it on her left hand if she wanted to wear it while she was playing, and she would be wearing it on her right hand, um, and it's a massive ring, but I'm sure
That
it's
didn't
insured
fly off. Yeah,
and,
Jesus.
Isabella Grootman, designed it. Kinda cool. I guess, they're friends from Miami and things down there, but, really cool.
Well, Good for her. Excited to
And
see
he
what her
made
wedding
it.
does.
I know. I went if he made that design by himself, very impressive.
Well, who is he?
He's a Brazilian guy.
He
Giorgio's, I
looks
think his name.
Brazilian.
He
He
does,
looks
right?
like a
He looks like
walking
he's
Braz
fun. Like, he looks like he should be like a DJ or something, but he's an entrepreneur. And he founded Oakberry, which is like a global acai, however you say it, superfood brand with hundreds of stores around the world. And he's an amateur motorsport driver in like Porsche GT3 events. Kind of cool.
He does it all. God
He
damn.
does.
Good for
I
him.
saw a little clip where it was like, "How fast do you make your acai bowl?" And he, like, went through a step, and it was, like, this massive cup, like, layer and layer, and are you an acai eater? Like, do you understand it?
No, I heard it's just pure sugar. I don't understand the health benefits behind it.
And a lot of people put, like, peanut butter and just, coconut stuff, and then they put their protein, and I don't care for it. I've tried it once, and I just don't get it, but it's, very, very popular and clearly has done well.
I was
So,
gonna say in my hometown, San Clemente, where I was just at, we have acai shops all on every corner. So it's definitely a fad in the surf culture. I can tell you that.
yeah, and around here too, there's a couple, I think it's Blenders and Bowls and
And there's
another
the
one just opened up
bowls,
in Seaham. Yeah, exactly.
just alliteration, mother
Mhm.
culture.
Yes, and then another amazing
My
couple,
favorite.
Charles Leclerc, as you say,
Uh,
and
Charles Leclerc.
Alexandra, which I still think she has such a good last name with Saint Malou, but she quickly made the Instagram official change to be Alexandra Leclerc. So
I saw a lot of controversy over that. I was like, oh boy, she definitely made that change quickly. But obviously it's Charles Leclerc, but her last name was so cool.
it's so cool, but it looked like an amazing kind of understated wedding, all things considered. I mean, obviously
It's
not.
just
It's
a
in
civil.
Monaco and just so well, right, but even so, just, like, so classy and driving in their red $40 million Ferrari, little getaway car in the streets of Monaco.
With
Wouldn't
little
have it any
Leo.
different for it with Leo in his tux.
That was super cute. No, I loved the whole aesthetic. Everything was just very classy and so them. I don't even know them. I feel like I know them. I feel like I want to be best friends with them as the entire world does. But it was a great picture setting, the whole nine. So
It really was. They do seem very personable and just kinda normal. Um,
I saw a video of Charles like right after that. I think for whatever race was just last weekend. But he was just like looking, he was like, my wife, where is she? You can hear him or you can read his
I
lips and
love that.
everything. So it was super cute. But he's really fitting into the husband responsibilities. So good for him.
Love it. And then another saint, what are the changes? Hannah St. John is the girlfriend of the driver Liam Lawson, who I'm not as familiar with, but she was wearing the most creative necklace, over 1,000 handset diamonds, almost like a choker, and it depicted the circuit of every race in the 2026 season that, wraps around her neck.
No, that I
Stunning
saw that. That
piece.
was so badass. Like you don't know if you like don't know, you know? I keep saying if you know,
Oh,
you
you
know.
wouldn't
That's the
have.
new thing
Yeah, I
today.
mean, it looked very intricate and
Yeah.
almost just like a cool design, but then to know the detail behind it, I mean, that is some craftsmanship. I guess it was a jeweler out of, um, South Australia, Martin Rogers. Unbelievable piece.
It looked really good on her too. These freaking drivers, they slay with their girls.
Yes, they've got some swag. You were just out in California. You could have run them LA Marathon, by the way. And the best part is it wasn't a half, it was a full, but if you wanted to quit early, you could have, and you still would have
Like,
received a venue a medal.
that was the craziest like we were talking about before, you know, participation trophies and things like that. What the hell? Why?
A finisher medal. So after 18 miles, they said you could quit and still get a medal, and they cited that there was warm weather conditions and they need to take in account for people not to overdo their body. You're running a marathon in Los Angeles where the
California,
weather is
fine,
absolutely
perfect.
stunning.
Like,
0 humidity.
I
I
was
mean,
there. Yep.
I mean, I when I read that, I thought it was like a joke, like, okay, this is just a California typical, like, ha ha, and then it was real, and I just yes, not everybody wins. I was talking about that with,
Mhm.
uh, my about my nephew's T-ball team. I mean, he's 4 years old, but there needs to be winners and losers, and nobody wins the
Teach him
game.
young.
They just play. Exactly. So, and then the finish on top of that, did you see the lead guy was in the lead and was following the
The
car
policeman.
and but
Yep.
yes, and kinda took the wrong exit, and then that's so then he gets to the finish line and is trying to finish, and then, is beat out by American Nathan Martin to beat him with 0.01 seconds, and he was hauling to cross him, and he just, like, breaks the ribbon, and the Kenyan guy just falls flat.
Yeah, I was watching it live, and then when they were interviewing the people afterwards, and it was Nathan Martin there, and the Kenyan was nowhere to be seen. He was clearly it getting attended by the, medical team after that face plant. That was gnarly. But I still don't think Nathan should have won because the Kenyan, he was I don't know, like, he was mistaken. You're following
Well, if he
that
had it
police
he was
car.
led the wrong way exactly, like,
Yeah.
he was leading him, so I felt really I mean, that's, the closest margin in event history, which is remarkable, and then to have that be the cause of your loss when he would have beat him by a lot more if he hadn't
Oh.
just taken the wrong.
Yeah, because it took him a second to realize what everybody was yelling at him for, and then he was like, "Oh, shoot, okay, I gotta get back on the track," but also that Nathan Martin, when he was speaking and everything, he was the most, like, just not didn't show any excitement, not like, "Oh my god, I just won," just very even keeled. I
Well, he probably
personally didn't
felt a
like
little bit
him.
bad
I
about it. He
know.
probably didn't wanna I mean, he probably was a little bit like, "Okay, I don't wanna," like we say, we don't you don't clap when someone gets hurt, or you don't clap when someone double faults, or by their error. I mean, it was clearly the error of and not that he even probably knew what
You,
happened at the
yeah.
time, but whatever it was and seeing him fall, I just
It
tough.
was tough, tough watch. I think Nathan also, he got the exact same time that he got last year as well. Like, not a
Wow.
second more, a second less. So I was like, wow, talk about consistent. At least that's good. So, but yeah, hopefully, I don't know. Have you looked up how the Kenyon's doing? Hopefully his face is okay.
Yeah, hopefully he is, but poor guy. Okay, what went wrong in the Bahamas with Dak Prescott and Sarah Jane Ramos?
Are we
Like,
surprised?
I mean, yes and no. They've been together for a while. I guess it was a joint bachelorette party. They share 2 kids together and then literally break up a month before the wedding. I guess they're supposed to be in Italy. I guess better to call it off than to go through with it. I originally had seen it was all speculation about a prenup, and I'm like, there's no way. Like, people can work through that or not. That's something that, probably would have been worked out before a month before the wedding. And then, of course, it was ongoing infidelity issues, and I'm like,
Yeah.
of
I think
course.
that
Yeah.
was the biggest thing. I heard like she was getting DMs or something while they were all in the Bahamas and about, infidelity and him DMing girls on a different social media account and things along those lines. So maybe eventually just got fed up and she's like, I can't do this. I don't care how much money you're making. What is it? He's signed a 240
Massive
million.
contract.
Yeah, 4 year. I don't even know what the details are that Jerry Jones
Mhm.
gave him, but something incredible like that. And then, so she was probably trying to hold out, but then eventually she's like, this is too much. I mean, we've already
Totally.
got 2
And
kids
also
under
it's
2 or
sad
something. Yeah.
yes, I think the youngest I think is 10 months, and then, yeah, I think maybe a 2-year-old. But also, you'd have to think about all these girls that would do anything to be with him. And
Yeah.
I'm not obviously saying he has proper behavior, but imagine the people that wanna derail the wedding, or just to hope to have a chance with him as if he's gonna end up with any of them either, like, it's just all around too bad and poor kids, but
Well, I also read another statement that they so-called close friend said, you never know, they'll probably get back together. So
right,
we're not.
exactly, you're that close. I know, I was kinda thinking, well, should they have called it off immediately or, like, maybe given it some more time and tried to figure it out, but
Yeah, no,
we'll
I guess I'm rooting for them. I think just because the kid factor and everything,
right.
but hopefully he figures his infidelity issues out. Maybe he'll get it out of his system.
I think it's just tough in general for all these athletes or anyone in the spotlight, and again, there are plenty of people that stay faithful, but when you have that spotlight on you and the people around you and events and you travel all the time and could have access to anything you want, like, I'm sure it's hard to stay in your lane.
For any human, to be
Yeah,
honest. The
well, yeah, exactly,
temptations
or
are
that,
real.
yeah. Yeah, exactly, yeah, good point. Um, Jordan Hudson, a dress of ropes. Like, was it fishing rope?
It was did you see the dress? It was straight fishing rope. Like, she literally had dangly lines, like, it was the most tragic, disgusting dress I've ever seen.
I mean, it was the Maine Fishermen's Forum, which is funny to begin with, that she'd show up in a fishing rope, which where there was some environmental message behind it
Her
to raise
clothing.
awareness about, like, abandoned or discarded fishing equipment, which is a real thing, and it, remains in the marine environment and traps marine life, but what are you wearing? It was full on just, like, rope draped, obviously very revealing. 36 pounds of recovered rope is what it was made out of.
It was quite the outfit. She cracks me up just with her outfits, her statement pieces, just her verbiage
She
on,
must
like,
really not
clips and
care.
necklaces. No, she doesn't. She thinks she's changing the world, like, she thinks she's doing something really great for it, but, yeah, isn't she like a she's, like,
She's
from
changed
Maine
his
or something?
world, like, she's
In
really
the worst
messed
way.
up. Exactly, for the worse, but, I mean, also, if that's your way to make a statement about, what do they call it? Ghost gear?
It just
Left behind fishing stuff? I mean,
if y'all haven't seen the outfit, you gotta look it up. It's freaking
gotta check it
hilarious.
out. Yes, one of a kind for sure. A lot going on in the golf worlds. I guess it's a good little crossover of F1 and golf.
Quite the
McLaren
collab.
teased I know. McLaren teased a golf launch, just said that they had something golf related coming in April, but the marketing piece for it was so cool. Did you see it? It
It
was
was
like a
very vague.
very vague, which I kinda liked. It was a little bit mysterious, on brand, and it was just this black and white checkered pin flag kinda waving, like, almost like a race flag, and then as it panned out, it was clearly a golf tee and flag, or not golf tee, golf pin
Mhm.
and flag with, like, the orange backlit light, and all it said was McLaren Golf coming April 2026. I thought it was so clean and so cool, and I'm so intrigued on what it's gonna be.
I am excited. I think it'll be a good collab. Both brands are classy. Obviously, golf is classy and McLaren is
Yeah,
a very
elite
classy brand.
sports,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, very, very cool. So we'll keep you posted on what that looks like. And then I thought this was such a heartbreaking but nice story. So Akshay Bhatia won the Arnold Palmer event last weekend, and it really surprised me. I was talking to somebody who had a massive bet on it, and I was like, "How in the
Really?
world did you?" And won. I'm like,
Oh,
he bet like
what?
$200,000 on betting on him, and I'm like, "Why of all people
So
did
random.
you bet?" It's so random. And he was like, "No, he's young, he's talented, he's been doing really well." And I just knew that he'd had like it was about to be his time. Like he just hasn't won these past tournaments, but he's been performing well. Uh, Anyway, so great pick there, but he won and he dedicated his win to his 6-year-old niece who passed away last year, and I guess there was a rainbow on the 18th hole, and he
Mm,
was like, "I felt like it was her, and it was her presence," and so she was born with this really rare genetic disease. Doctors didn't think she
gosh.
would I know, didn't think she would live very long, were shocked she made it till 6. She was in a wheelchair, sweetest little girl, and, they were at the Abaca Club in the Bahamas last December for him and his wife's wedding, and the niece was staying in a house called Heaven on Earth, of all things,
Ooh.
and the morning of his wedding, she passed away. How
Oh,
sad is that?
that's a
So, I
very
know, putting
sad
it all together,
story.
like, terrible for the girl, amazing that she lived, as long as she did, amazing that she was able to be there, so obviously she was surrounded by family and people that loved her, but just so sad, so the fact that he won and then had the rainbow at the end of the, 18th hole, I just thought it was so sweet that he made that tribute to her.
That is very sweet. No, he looked like a class act kid. Hopefully, he'll continue to win. What is he? He's like 19th right now, so hopefully we'll keep that streak going. Yeah, how's our boy Anthony Kim doing, by the way? Have we seen him win another?
Haven't
Speaking of
seen him win
speaking
another.
of wonder.
Still keeping my eyes out.
Okay.
We'll be rooting for him just because I wanna hear you change your
I
tune.
know, I know. I just again, I want all the success, but I wanna see consistent success to actually be successful, so
I
but
know. We've got more golf coming up this weekend with the Players Championship, which is a massive PGA tournament in Ponte Vedra, and one of the largest purses in golf. So that'll be a good tournament, and then obviously Masters will be so fun.
Ooh, yeah. No, I need to try to get a ticket to
Good
that bad
weekend in
boy.
golf. Exactly. This is kinda cool. So the Titleist logo, everyone knows Titleist. I'd never put any thought into the logo or, the brand other than it's one of the biggest golf ball brands. I guess they were searching for a name synonymous with excellence, and that's how they came up with Titleist, which is cool. And then they suggested that one of the office secretaries, her name was Helen Robinson, just
Helen.
handwrite yeah, Helen, go Helen, like, real shout out to Helen, that I guess she had beautiful penmanship, and so they just asked her to write Titleist on a piece of paper, and that exact signature is what became the logo for Titleist that's still used today, and that was in 1935.
Good for Helen. Do you think she patented it so, every golf ball sold, she
I
gets
hope
her
literally, it's
residual
like
income on that? Jesus.
yes, literally the most, like, stamped script on a golf ball. I hope she got something for it. It's kinda like the Nike swoosh, same thing. It was just a little graphic designer that got paid hardly nothing, and now it's, the biggest logo in the world, but, very
I
interesting.
lose a lot of Titleists, I can tell you that, so.
I know, I saw you hitting the links last weekend or before California.
Yeah,
How'd
no,
it go out there?
it was good. I've never played Lion have you been out to Lions?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, it's a free-for-all, like, dogs are
Classic.
allowed.
Mhm.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
beers and coolers, like, I love that total vibe.
Save Muni.
There we go. No, it was a great Muni course, and then they have, what's that restaurant on top of it? The Mexican restaurant? Sysco's, I should know that. Brian Schneider, sorry, shout out. I know you own it, but, um yeah, I loved the whole environment, frozen margs, we were sipping, but God, I kept losing the ball. I don't know if it was my eyesight or what, but it just because around the course, it was all, like, leafy and stuff, so it
Mhm.
lost in the leaves, and I'm
I
like,
know
"I'm
there's
not gonna
not
go."
water, so
Yeah.
where does it
It's just getting covered by leaves on, like, the side. I'm like, keep it on the
so
fairway, Brogan."
funny.
But anyway, it was a lot of fun,
It's a
and
perfect place to play for
definitely
fun.
will go out there more often. Well, while
Yeah.
it's still nice,
We'll
I
have
feel
to do
like.
it. Yeah, exactly, before it gets too hot.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark and Eileen Gu, by the way, who was like the what do you call it? Like
I think
honorary
Goo,
person for yeah,
she's
Eileen
got
was the
another name other than, most fancy what is most
yeah, most decorated
most decorated. Right.
freestyle skier in history. No, she was like the head person for the San Francisco Chinese New Year
Of
parade
course
or
she
something,
was,
and I'm like, "Of course," like,
but she's
whatever, but
yeah, still representing
so
China, but
exactly, but anyway, so she and Caitlin Clark were sitting next to each other and photographed multiple photos at the Prada show for Milan Fashion Week, and I like Caitlin Clark a lot.
mhm.
Why does she have to dress like that?
I don't know. It's not a good look. It's just
It's like when she
everything
went
they
on
put
to
on.
host go ahead.
No, I was just like, they just nothing's like form fitting. It's just really not a doesn't make her look good.
I know, and she's got a good figure and, like, she's cute and what she's not like a manly like, girl, and I just feel like I don't know if it's her or her stylist or who's making these choices, but it was same when she went on to be a commentator, for one of the NBA games, and she was wearing a Bottega outfit, and it was like I would have never thought it was Bottega, first of all, and just such a poor choice, like, all around. It's like she could look so much better wearing something else. Just everything is very boxy and ill-fitted, and this was, drab colors and looked like a '70s button-up polo underneath, like, a brown boxy, like, men's suit almost with trousers and a terrible belt, like, awful. Like, straight up awful.
Yeah, like give her that stigma of, oh, women's basketball, maybe a little lesy, but I don't know.
Exactly, and that's what I just hate because it's not like that. Like, it's not all
No,
like that. Like, there are some
she
very
has a
feminine
boyfriend or had a
basketball
boyfriend. Yeah.
right, right. You're not helping out the sport or the image if this is when you're, like, the face right now of everything, but to each their own in fashion. I guess it's how we express ourselves, like Osaka and
Oh,
Alyssa Liu showed up for the Louis Vuitton fashion show.
I liked her fit. She looked cute.
I thought the same thing, and she was just doing her. I just think she's so authentic. It was a matching Louis Vuitton, set with her big biker boots. Totally matched her hair.
I thought the hair was, "Oh, you gave me this sob story about how every ring she dyed or something for whatever." I just like I don't it's really hideous. Like, she's a beautiful girl, and I just don't think that's doing her. any good, but I don't
Well,
know.
it did match her,
Her
did
outfit?
match her outfit, and yeah, very in theme for her, and then she had these, a Moo shoe come out. Did you see 'em? I actually thought they were Adidas at first, but they're basically her hair color, like brown and light brown striped,
You're
and then it had a
kidding.
little charm hanging on it that was like the same piercing that she has in her, I mean, over the top,
In
but
her
like
mouth?
straight up, and the stripes are the stripes are obviously because of her hair, and so Miu did this whole shoe, based on her.
Oh my
So
god,
she's
I'm
setting
looking at it
trends with
now.
it. Yeah.
Stop. I mean, good for her,
Mhm.
though. Those actually aren't.
But don't they remind you of the old school, like, Adidas, shoes that everyone likes to wear?
Yeah,
Everyone,
I have a
including
pair.
myself.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm checks over stripes, but,
Do they all say
um
her name on it or just the like, every
no, they
one
all
says
do. They're like, yeah, it's like her little signature
I
Miu.
mean, she's monetizing this. Look, good for
She
her.
is.
Jesus.
She
Okay,
is.
can't fault a girl now.
Unique, exactly. Gatorade came out with another low sugar drink, science-backed hydration, like no artificial flavors, no sweeteners, no colors, 75% less sugar than previous Gatorades. And Caitlin Clark starred in their new commercial, which is narrated by Candace Parker. Kind of cool. Another obviously big play for Caitlin Clark. And Gatorade to me seems like it's fading, and now it's all this, like, low sugar. I can't stand the taste of anything low sugar.
It's horrific.
No,
It
it's
just
terrible.
tastes
And all those, like
manufactured.
exactly. It's like diet soda. I'm not a diet soda person, but to me, like, Gatorade tastes even worse. Like, that Zero Gatorade, I cannot even
Oh,
imagine who would let their kids drink that, or if you're not gonna drink it, just drink water or something else. Like, don't do the chemical t tasting.
I mean, I'll drink a regular Gatorade when I'm hungover. It's refreshing. It quenches my thirst. But once you start getting into these, yeah, no artificial flavors, no sweeteners, no colors, I'm like,
It's
then
no
what
longer
is it?
Gatorade
Like,
because the OG
it's
Gatorade, I agree with you, and you're right, if you're dehydrated or you're sick, there's it's you know what I love? When you freeze them and they're, like,
oh,
starting to thaw and
I
you get,
haven't
like,
gone this
more of, like, a
direction.
oh, you totally should. Get, like, the more concentrated taste of all the sugar and all the sweeteners and all the artificial flavors. That is when it is so good, and I haven't had a Gatorade in years, but when we were growing up, after tennis, a big treat, we'd call it a Gator Sprite,
Gator
and we
Sprite.
would go into actually, it was Westwood Country Club, and you would get and they would have like, you used to have Gatorade in the like, the fountain machine, and we would get half Gatorade, half Sprite. Could you think of anything
Lit.
more
Sugary?
full of
No,
sugar?
I
And
can't.
yeah. Gator Sprites,
That
but yeah, try the frozen Gatorade. That's a good one, but yeah, these low sugar, don't get it.
that actually sounds pretty good. I wanna make little Gatorade popsicles. Maybe that could be cute. Maybe give
Yes,
Brooklyn one, see how she likes it.
exactly,
Or
exactly.
too much sugar, I don't know, but I'll have to try the Gator
It's
Sprite.
good, but yeah, and remember they used to have Gatorade in, cans? That was really good too. I always felt like it tasted better and got colder in
What?
a can.
They have
Yes.
Gatorade and how
No,
you're
they
not that much older
did.
than me, girl. Jeez. When was
I
this?
remember. But again, when I was growing up playing junior tennis and they in the clubhouses, they would keep, uh, canned Gatorade, and it was only the original, like, yellow,
Oh my
orange, and
gosh.
red,
Yeah,
and
there
they
it
would get
is.
so cold because they're in the can. I
Why
mean, we
did we
gotta
move
throw
away
it
from
back.
that?
I
Yeah.
don't know, and then when I was in college, the big thing was the Gatorade water bottles. Remember everybody had those
Yeah.
green squirty
No, it's
water
like
bottles
you're
with
an
the
athlete.
like, labeled you an athlete. Well, I think that Gatorade needs to take it back, start adding back the sugar, adding back bringing back the green water bottles, put us in a commercial. I mean, make us in charge.
Marketing team 101, we're gonna kill it, so I love it. No,
Mhm.
that's awesome.
Totally. Speaking of killing it, Texas women's, I have to say I watched this game, at least the second half, of Texas women's versus South Carolina for the SEC
The
championship,
fake
and
USC.
Texas crushed. Yes, fake one.
Good for
South
them.
Carolina, but crushed. And South Carolina was obviously ranked 1, so great win for UT women's. I don't know why UT can't get their act together with their men's basketball. I do not understand that, but
How are they doing? Do you go to the games?
no, but they're not doing particularly well. I don't even know if they're gonna make the tournament. But,
Have you made your
The
bracket
women's
yet?
is crushing. No, look at we gotta get on that. And, anyway, so good for them to win that, and then just announced Madison Booker, who is one of the stars for Texas, was named the first athlete under Kevin Durant's new NIL initiative, which he partnered with Nike on as well, and university. And she wears number 35 like him. But I thought it was really cool that he would choose a female athlete for his first athlete design.
He's gotta be politically correct over there. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
She's good, she's good.
No, yeah, but she's good. But I think, but I like his whole premise on it. I think is better than just throwing money at somebody. I mean, he's trying to focus on education, storytelling, financial literacy, and career development for these student athletes, which I think is so important and something that is missing. If you're going to throw this money at these athletes and they don't have any idea about how to handle their finances and, how to invest, and, everyone's going to be asking them, family members and whatever for money and just how to be responsible with it. I think it's a really smart way for him to set it up.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it'll be good. And I really like Kevin Durant. I've always liked him.
KD. No, well, good for him. I think that's all around a good initiative.
Yeah, good for Texas, good for the athletes.
Hopefully Madison Booker can represent it correctly.
That's exactly right. Indian Wells, like we said, with Sabalenka off to a good start. I just think she seems so fun.
I'm going to be best friends with her.
Yeah, she just seems so fun, so laid back. Every time I see her, like with Djokovic, or she just seems like she has all these great relationships with a lot of the players, a lot of the guys, Alcaraz.
Did you see her just strutting, catwalking in front of the net?
I did, right in front, just crossing his practice court. She just seems like she has a great personality.
No, she absolutely annihilates. So that's she's a winner. I like her.
She's a winner. Yeah, but Djokovic still in it. Alcaraz. Sabalenka crushed Osaka yesterday. It was during the day, which kind of surprised me. I thought it would have been a night match for more prime time. It was like 1:00 match, or 1:00 Central, but crushed her. I mean, just absolutely overpowered her. Osaka was serving pretty well, but Sabalenka just capitalizes on every ball that she just crushed her.
I mean, you got to have good mental strength, and she definitely doesn't. So, Osaka.
She definitely, right. Does not. Okay, can we talk about her custom kit for this tournament again? Like, she says she dresses so she feels, empowered and strong and blah, blah, blah. Well, it didn't work very well when she dressed like a jellyfish for the last tournament that she pulled out of. But I don't know. I mean, at least she can tell a story about her outfits and her looks. And, she obviously gets creative and into it. And it's probably like an outlet, in a way for her to express herself.
That's her mental
there was a reporter after one of her matches, and they was like, you've done such a good job of blending tennis and fashion. And can you tell us, like, we love to watch it. We love to come out and see what we're going to wear. Like, can you tell us about it? She literally goes, first of all, it's leopard, not cheetah. Like, no, even asked.
Entitled little bitch.
Like, clarifying. Yeah. And kind of left it at that. But again, she had a story to it. But I guess it was like Huntress inspired, like her chasing something on the court, and wanted to mix like desert creature energy and leopard imagery and a little Mad Max desert aesthetic.
You're lying.
Like, what? Mad Max desert aesthetic?
That is quite the collaboration with all those things.
She thought long and hard about this. I'll give her that. But just so funny.
I don't know. I'm so over talking about her. She literally drives me insane. I think she's just, I don't know. I feel like everything she's doing off the court is translating to her on the court play, and it's not great.
Well, I was thinking too of, kind of like we said, if you're going to dress like that, you better perform. And again, she was good. She's definitely good. Obviously was one in the world at one point. But I'm thinking, if I'm Sabalenka and I'm ranked one in the world currently, and I'm an absolute boss, like, I would be afraid of her. Honestly, I wouldn't want to get in a fight with her for sure. I mean, not even on the court. Like, she's big, but she's also like confident. She has that presence. She's rocking her massive ring. What do you think when she steps on the court against Osaka in like her costumes
and her little leopard cheetah shoe?
Right. Like, I would almost think like I'm playing like a child.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, and again, it's probably not what they're thinking. They're probably like, I'm going to play my game and I'm going to win and not thinking about what's going on the other side of the net or what she's wearing. But I wouldn't be able to stop myself from thinking about what she's wearing. And
Perfect.
anyhow,
She channeled that and she annihilated. So good for her.
she hunted something. She was the huntress. So,
Osaka was the pry.
hmm the signature drink for US Open, like we talked about before, is honey deuces.
I love the little
Like a
balls, the little
Yes, the
honeydew
little
balls. Yeah.
honeydew balls, known for, how expensive they are. Well, the Indian Wells equivalent is, called the drop shot, which I think is a great name.
Drop shot. Do they have any
The
cute
drop
little
shot.
honeydew balls or anything fun like that?
No,
Or what's
just
the
like a
status?
signature cup, and it's pineapple flavored with a tequila base,
It's like a
which I
tequila
can't really
sunrise.
think about that. Is that okay, there you go. That sounds like it's desert-esque. I love to eat pineapple, but pineapple in a drink? I don't know.
I mean, does pineapple go in pina coladas? I love a good double pina, but
See,
other
I've
than
never
that,
had a pina colada because I just, like,
what?
can't even think about that. Yeah.
You
I
can't
just
think
I
about a
Isn't
fabulous.
it like coconut and pineapple?
It's everything you've ever wanted in rum. And get a
There
little
you go.
floater in there. That's like the quintessential. You love Florida. I mean, I can imagine you sitting in your lawn chair by the pool drinking a double pina colada.
Oh gosh, what do I know? I'm like that's when I have, like, my Sancerre or rosé, or if I'm really wild, I'll have a margarita.
You're too classy for
But
me.
yeah. Yeah, and speaking of tequila though, obviously Indian Wells is such a great setting to host a tournament. I've never been to Indian Wells. That's on my list as far as tournaments to go to. I love Palm Springs. I think it is such a cool spot. But just a great setting, and it seems clearly like all these players enjoy it and make it on their schedules to go. Jerry Jones was actually there last night. Just kinda, like, gets a lot of people. Obviously, proximity to California and other things going on too. Good settings for engagements, but, Lalo Tequila and IMG did a big house party that looked super cool. Signature Lalo cocktails, In-N-Out food trucks, and, Malbon had a big putting green.
Doesn't get more California than that. Jesus.
Right? So I just thought that that was, like, a really cool, on brand, perfect setting for something like that, all those brands combined. Um, but back to my margaritas and if I was gonna have a signature drink with tequila, I'm not a big tequila drinker, but Lalo is by far, my favorite
Really?
tequila. Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm not
What
like
about
a
like a
tequila sipper,
1942?
but
Oh, yeah, that's why I was
yeah,
like,
no, but it'd be different if you're sipping it. Yeah, but I'm just talking about, like, in a margarita. I just feel like it's, no vanilla taste, just really, really clean. David and Jim, who are some of the founders, live here in Austin, and our friends went to their wedding in, Corrales, which was unbelievable,
where's that?
years ago, Mexico. Super
Corrales?
cool. Yes.
Huh.
Corrales
Where
was
what
on
part?
the west side.
Okay.
And, I will never forget, we took a plane down there, and it was a big group of us, and it was a big plane, and we literally landed in, like, the jungle on, like, this little tiny strip. Like, we had cars that were, like, bulletproof. Like, people were worried about, like, coming across cartel people
Lovely.
between the airport and yeah, exactly. I'm like, "Are we safe?" Anyways, absolutely stunning area. I mean, just incredible landscape, incredible houses, very secluded. There's really nothing there other than these houses, one little resort, but their whole setup, everything, obviously, party, ceremony, everything was just incredible. And then their partner, Lalo Gonzalez, also super lovely, him and his wife, but he's the grandson of Don Julio Gonzalez, who's the founder of Don Julio. So tequila runs in the family.
Wow. Nepotism
We
finder. No.
really are on our yeah, we really are on our food and bev today.
Oh,
We'll add that to the
F&B. I
list.
love it, I love it. But speaking of that wedding, that sounds badass. Are you watching Love Story at all with JFK Jr. and
It is my next show, and I cannot wait.
your next show? I thought I was gonna get excited and we can banter about that, but it's literally such an amazing show, but the last episode that I just watched, I think they have a new one this week, but, it was their wedding and it was super secluded, not there's one airport that's just like a little strip and the whole 9, but very, very similar vibes, very quaint.
Mhm.
So you gotta watch it and then we can circle back
It
on it.
was funny. I called Adam the other night. It was when the night you were getting home. And I was like, "Oh, that's why you're away." Anyways, we were coming back from dinner and asked the same thing about, because he's like, "Now I'm in the wedding planning business." He's like, "Love story." And he's like, "I went on YouTube and started looking." He was like all into like the backstory of all of it. I'm like, that's cute.
Yeah, he sent it to me and he's like, "Watch this," because it's the actual documentary of the rear. Obviously, I'm watching kind of the or the fake one with the
Right,
actress
right.
and everything, but he said, "Watch the real one. It's very cool." And I was like, "Wow, this is something you would never even consider." But I think since we're in the heart of wedding planning, we'll be
Yeah.
visiting our castles next week in Ireland after Switzerland. So I think he got a little
Love it.
excited.
The amount of guys that have commented how much they like it and how good it is, like people you wouldn't expect,
Did you see there
just
was
love him.
there in, in on this past Saturday, there was I think right after the wedding episode had come out, there was a JFK Jr. lookalike contest in the West Village in New York, and these guys, literally that thought they looked like him, were in a competition with each other, and I think the winner won, like, $250 or something, but it was hilarious. I was listening to this one podcaster, and she goes, "Could you imagine if I text a guy," which I would never text a guy first, and asked him what he's doing today. It's Saturday. Let's get some drinks. And he said he was going to a JFK Jr. lookalike contest. Bye. Like, absolutely no. Like, that may be the gayest thing that I've ever heard. So, and guys were lining up. They put their little hat on just like
Oh my gosh. That enough for me would be like, "You're
I
out."
would have secondhand embarrassment. So,
Yeah. Okay, well, I can't wait to start that. I've been watching, Tehran, which is actually really good.
oh,
Yeah, if you want something a little bit, I guess speaking of, Iran is out of the World Cup.
yeah, not surprised. Jesus.
I know, but it was a little bit of a question mark. I think Trump was kinda like, "I don't care if they play or they don't play," like, of course, typical, but they came out and said that they were out. Mhm. And then baseball is off, like we talked about. Opening day's coming up. Yankees are playing opening day.
Do you know?
What
Did I
else has
tell
been
you
baseball?
my grandpa actually played on the Yankees?
I didn't know that.
Oh, there's another little fun fact. Maybe that's why I was such a good,
Very
baseball
fun
player.
fact. Yes, that's what got you into baseball. That's awesome. Well, they're obviously my team. Oh my gosh, did you see in the World Baseball Classic,
God,
which is going on in
I've been
Houston,
watching
the
it.
US lost to Italy
Yeah.
last night. Italy. I can see maybe Cuba, Mexico, some of the Latin American
Dominican
countries.
Republic, yeah.
The Dominican, exactly. Italy. Like, they don't even have any, like, MLB players probably no, they do, but, like, what in the world happened? And then the manager, even worse, was like, "Oh, I kinda lost track of, like, he didn't realize that they could get out in pool play, and they thought that they were just gonna cruise through." So now they
Boy,
have to wait to see who wins between Mexico and Italy. I guess the USA will advance if Italy wins or if Mexico wins with some sort of, like, run rule, but
that's crazy. I mean, I wasn't anticipating that at all, but
Italy, I
I
mean,
was
shocked. They were up 8-0 in the 6th inning. That's
who was
embarrassing.
on the US team? I'm trying to think because obviously we've got some really good players
Like,
that
Aaron Judge is playing, like, all kinds, like,
they just
they
shit
shouldn't
the
be
bed.
losing to Italy,
Yeah.
100%. I don't really know where the
Trying
downfall
to
was, I
find
didn't
some
watch it, but I
justification.
I cannot see yeah. Unless the justification was the manager literally didn't know, but you still don't lose to Italy. I don't care if you thought you were gonna make it or not, like, you don't lose, but
Damn.
there's that there, and then, also at Daikin Stadium was the Bruce Bolt College Classic last week that Texas won. Texas is having a great season. I think they're 16-0 now. The only other undefeated college baseball team?
Right on. USC.
USC. Pretty impressive.
They've always
Um,
been pretty decent, I feel like. My brother's had some friends growing up in Southern California that played there, and I don't follow baseball that closely, especially college baseball, but good for them.
Bruce Bolt is a glove company that's kind of now shifting to even more, but I've known it's, super popular in junior baseball, super popular in college, and also in the pros. They had the founder on for an interview at the Bruce Bolt Classic, and it's really a relatively new company. He started it in 2017 when he was 16 years old. His name's Bear Meyer. Grew up in
It's a cool
Austin,
name.
went yeah, super great name. Went to Hyde Park, and he was frustrated with how quickly batting gloves wore out. And so very much like golf gloves. Like, I've
I
never
was gonna
figured
say.
that out. I feel like people wear golf gloves like 2 rounds, and then you just see them toss. I'm like, "Is this trash?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's trash." Like, I just feel like they're almost like disposable because they just wear out and they get so, like,
I don't even play that
grody.
often, and I've gone through a bunch, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So he was like, how do they not fit well? They wear out. And he thought people were more focused on the design and like flashiness of them rather than the durability. He just thought they were like inconsistent overall. So
Tough crowd,
their
Bear.
head
Jesus.
so starts this at 16 years old. Started using 100% Cabretta leather, which is the same high-end leather used for golf clubs. And then he reinforced the palm with a certain stitching so that they wouldn't tear apart as quickly. And the glove would just feel like automatically broken in, but last longer when, most people are like, oh, I have to wear it and break it in and whatever. So now, obviously, his name's on this Bruce Bolt Classic. It's caught on so quickly between juniors, college, professional. And yeah, he's crushing. They're based here in Austin. I just thought that was the coolest story that a 16-year-old just started this and now literally has a
Are
college
they
classic named out of it and
are they good
taking off. And so
looking? Like, what are the margins on these? How do you
it's
make
it's
it?
literally just a it's literally just a lightning bolt is the logo. And yeah, he's just kept the design really simple and focused on the quality.
Wow, but these gloves are very expensive.
Yeah, but I guess people are gonna pay for it if you don't have to throw them away every couple games.
It's true.
He's and so now I think they're
$105.
trying to yeah, they're shifting into, I think golf gloves and some golf gear in general because it's kinda, again, like the same principle, so very interesting.
They look like, if you I'm looking at a bunch of pictures of them right now. What's the superhero character with the bolt? Or, like, do you know what I'm talking about?
I know who you're I can see him, like The Incredibles, right? With
That's what I'm
the is
thinking.
that what it
I
is?
don't
Yeah, with,
know.
like, the red and
They're
black with the
giving
lightning
superhero
bolt.
vibes, so
I know, maybe it's incredible. I don't know, but, yeah, I can see what you're saying. It's like a red and black, like, superhero leotard, right? And there's
yeah.
a lightning bolt on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny. Pretty simple, but good for him. He's crushing. Also love that it's local Austin.
Yeah.
Love to see that.
Love to see a kid killing it. Jesus. Good for
I
Bear.
know. Good for Bear. Oh, and the coolest thing, the name comes from his 2 grandfathers' name. I guess Bruce and Bolt were part of their names, and he put them together.
That's a
How cool is
strong
that?
name.
It's a great
I
name.
love it.
Very good name. Yeah. Should name his kid that.
Good for him. Well, hopefully, yeah, he succeeds again. What's a normal bat? Like, that's pretty, it seems pretty steep for some gloves, but I haven't played baseball for a while, so. But yeah, I guess the longevity and everything. Good for Bear.
Good for
Bear,
Bear.
Bruce, and Bolt. Come on.
Mhm. So Trump had a roundtable. I know we've been talking a lot about NIL, which just seems like there's always something on that topic. He has his roundtable at the White House, saving college sports. Hilarious. We're like in the middle of war, and
Middle
he
Eastern
like
War.
has
He's
all
like,
these like
let's make sure
people at the
sports are
beginning of March.
regulated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We got to make sure there's some regulations, for college sports and NIL. But
But you
it's
got to
actually
give the
really
guy credit.
interesting.
He wants to make sure all issues are being addressed at all times. So,
I agree, and he had the right people there. It was a whole variety of people, obviously from universities and commissioners and, Nick Saban, who's obviously been outspoken a lot about NIL stuff. I thought it was really productive and probably needed to be done, and I'd actually be curious what more was actually, discussed that's not out there, but the biggest things were concerns about NIL payments and basically coaches and administrators saying it's turning into for a free agency. Okay, we already knew that. Spiraling cost that has no regulations for the most part. And
the
so
kids are
they
loving
really
it.
want yeah, but they want Congress to create national rules so that it can't vary by state for recruiting edges. Mississippi had recently said that they wanted to have a law passed to make NIL money tax exempt for recruiting advantages for schools in Mississippi. So the House passed a no tax on NIL money to hopefully get that through. So again, this is clearly why regulations have to be in place, because if there's states that are doing that, obviously that's going to be appealing to somebody.
They're going to want to
And
go to Mississippi.
how can state by state? Exactly. So that, and then obviously they want to make sure that smaller sports and Olympic sports, women's sports are protected, and don't want athletes to be classified as employees. And they also want to limit and restructure NIL deals, which again are just out of control right now, like what we've seen. I mean, there's just no anything. So
Sky's
the big
limit.
takeaway, literally, the big takeaway is there needs to be some national regulation. But I agree with that.
100%.
And the SEC commissioner after was like, people are so tired about talking about NIL. Fans just want college sports to go back to when they focused on the fields, the courts, the tracks, the swimming pools, whatever, you're competing on. That should be the focus. And then, Nick Saban's take on it has been there does need to be changes. The current environment of NIL and the transfer portal is hurting players because they're making financial decisions more than long-term development decisions, and decisions based on education, because they just want to go where they're going to benefit financially, which is not what this is all about.
I mean,
as far as being a college
didn't we see
athlete,
this
like
coming though?
For sure. It's just getting out of hand.
Again, I feel like obviously when money is involved, it now becomes a business, and all of this was going to be the after effect of it. So I think the regulations do need to happen. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's like a business, and they want, in order to attract more people to your business or your school or whatever, you got to make more money at the end of the day. So I don't know.
Right. You have to make it enticing, whatever it is.
Yeah. So again, I think regulation, I don't think Mississippi, there's no other reason people would want to go to Mississippi really, unless it was taxes up.
Yeah. Right.
I mean,
right.
we'll see what they come up with, but definitely I think there need to be a universal kind of regulations across the nation here. Make it fair on everyone.
So it'll be interesting what comes across that. And of course, Trump's like, I'm going to do something about it if no one else does.
And he's going to call it the Trump NIL regulation laws. I don't know what he's going to call it.
In his name. Yeah. That is so funny. Well, like you said, we have to make our brackets. Beginning of March Madness, best time of basketball. So we're going to have to get it. Speaking of March Madness, your USC player.
I saw that. He literally
falsified his...
Yeah, the document saying it's actually saying 26, but he's 32 with kids.
32 with 2 kids. So he's out.
Well, I was like, what are the actual rules? And I heard it was only 6 years of you could play D1 after high school or things like that. So yeah, poor guy. He had gone to 4 colleges also, like in the past 4 years. So very interesting.
A little
Hopefully,
fishy.
They don't.
But how did no one catch on to this before? 32 is not 26.
I mean, sometimes these guys, they got baby faces, but it's interesting. Hopefully they'll figure it out and he's not too much of a lost asset for SC going into March Madness.
Yeah. Well, it will be interesting. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for listening. We will be taking a hiatus next week, and we'll be back the following week. And we will update you on Zermatt and Big Sky. Yes, yeah. But first, to stop at the rodeo. Headed to Houston tomorrow.
Oh,
for the
to
rodeo.
See who?
So Chris Stapleton's playing. Haven't seen him before, so
that'll
be an experience.
Awesome. It's friggin' phenomenal. So let me know how it goes. Maybe I'll get out there next year.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see you soon. 2 Girls, 1 Ticket.
Ta-ta. Ciao now.
Adios.
Goodbye.